Y bueno, seguimos en A State of Trance 900. ¿Y cómo lo presentamos? ¿Como System F o como Ferry Corsten? Man, how we introduce you? Like System F, Ferry Corsten?
You want the long version? Ferry Corsten presents System F.
Okay, Ferry Corsten presents System F.
The legend.
Yeah. All right. I'll let you say that. Nice.
I think one of the most important questions for this is which is the main difference between a Ferry Corsten set and a System F set?
Well, System F was the project that was my breakthrough, about 20 years now ago. And so with the System F set, I will only play all the old System F stuff. Okay. So it has that real old school vibe. I've all retouched it, reproduced it for the show, so it sounds really punchy, but it sounds like the old stuff.
Like the old trance, like the
old school stuff, like in my opinion, real trance.
Okay, yeah, real trance.
Right, but so if you compare that to a Ferry Corsten set, I will play all kinds of music, like today's stuff, some older stuff, maybe some tech trance, some electro trance. But this System F is just all the System F stuff. Yeah.
But it's not so much time, no? Because System F, in what time were the project? 2005? No.
Out of the Blue. Out of the Blue, the first track came out at the end of '98.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's we're sort of like celebrating, low key, but with the live set. We're kind of celebrating 20 years of System F and that particular sound, that type of trance. Yeah.
Le preguntaba que cuál es la diferencia entre Ferry Corsten y System F. System F es un proyecto con el que, digamos, hizo como brecha. Nos está contando que el primer track fue en el 98. Son ya 20 años y es trance de verdad, como lo menciona él, ¿no? Es trance real. Como Ferry podría tocar más géneros, tech trance, pues, algunos otros géneros, pero este es como que el old school, el trance real, el que le gusta a Ferry y que yo creo que mucha gente extraña. A lot of people, I think, around the world, in Mexico, miss a lot this classic trance, this real trance.
Yeah, I noticed it. I noticed that exactly when I brought back Guriella in 2015 with Anahira, right? As soon as I brought Anahira out, all the responses were like, oh, we need more of this because we're missing this, we're missing this stuff, and so the real storytelling tracks, So I was like, okay, that's why I did Guriella at the time. But then, people started asking like, hey, since you're doing Guriella, have you ever thought of doing a System F show? I was like, oh, I have to do all that same work again, like reproduce all these tracks because, if I would play the original tracks, the original productions, they would sound really old, And so there's a lot of work that went behind the scenes that went on, like to make these tracks presentable again today, still with the old character, but yeah,
With the old vibe.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm glad I did it because also because they sound punchy now. I can play them again, in my sets, and it's. Yeah, so, and, if you look at where, for example, where techno is going, they're playing a lot of like the mid-90s sort of vibey stuff. They actually incorporate a lot of the big old trance classics,
Trance, that this point in which converting tech trance, techno.
It's a bit of a gray line right now, almost, right? So yeah, I for me it felt like, okay, it's the right moment for me to do this System F thing now, because it is right now we're living in an area, like let's say last decade we were living in an area where we looked at the 80s for inspiration. Now this decade we're looking at the 90s. Everything you hear, like house music, techno, is all based on the 90s ingredients for music, and I feel that trance, in my opinion, could do really well if we would go there again as well.
Ok, es que le estábamos preguntando, bueno, nos estaba diciendo básicamente como este asunto de System F, y ahorita lo que me llama la atención es que nos platicaba que mucha de la música que se está haciendo ahorita está como regresando a la influencia de los 90.
Sí, exacto, que es lo que nos dice, ¿no? Que en la década pasada era la influencia hacia los 80, voltear y tomar como que esa influencia, esa vibra, ahora es a los 90, y ponerle justamente, dice que, no, o sea, ha renovado esa esencia clásica, pero renovado obviamente obviamente con nuevos elementos que hay para que suenen con punch y suenen bien a la hora de tocarse, lo cual está súper chido, pero con esa esencia de trance clásico, que es lo que decíamos y hemos platicado mucho, ¿no? La diferencia entre el trance, el techno, el tech trance, que muchos ahorita de techno se les olvida que pues vienen del trance, ¿no? Y a los tecneros como la Monch se les olvida que viene totalmente y directamente del trance.
Yeah, let's talk about Ferry Corsten, because you have a new single. You support new talents. You have a new track with Johnny B.
Yeah, yeah. It's very housey almost.
Really?
Yeah, it's you know, sometimes I have like these moments where I want to go just make these bangers, and sometimes I feel like, okay, I'm done with that. I want to just like, you know, have some almost like chill stuff going on. This is very summer, top down, cruising your you know,
for the sunrise, maybe.
Very much. So it's a great track. Johnny B. Yeah, he's from my neighborhood. He lives close by, and he was over in my studio, and we were jamming, and this came out, and yeah, nice. Yeah.
Es que le preguntamos de su nuevo sencillo con Johnny B.
Johnny B, claro.
Y nos platicaba que es muy housey, de hecho.
Es muy house, como para la playa, agarré el jet ski y andar escuchándola, eso está súper chido.
No, que además era su vecino, ¿no? Así de...
Bueno, ¿no? Imagínate.
Sí.
Está súper chido. Ferry, the guys from the interviews are telling us that we are out of time. These guys are really a pain in the... No, okay, no. No es cierto. Thank you so much.
Okay, man. Thank you. Good seeing you again.
Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Bueno, desde ASOT 900, Ferry Corsten, System F, aquí en Beat 100.9.